Hope you are doing well. So today I have a special guest that's going to come and help me teach this lesson and be my assistant. And you may recognize him as the M&M Man. And he's a pretty big deal, not just because he's made out of chocolate, but because today's lesson is pretty much all about him. So he's going to help me, and I'm going to sit him right. Oh, and he says that after the end, we have an agreement. At the end of the lesson, he's going to shoot this hoop and spit me out some M&Ms, hopefully in this cup. So we have been talking a lot about nonfiction, and you have been reading nonfiction, and we have learned that there are basically 5 text structures of nonfiction. So, a text structure is just the way that the author, chose to organize all the information for you to read. So let's go over those really quickly. Here's our 5. We have description. We have chronological order, aka sequencing. We have comparison, compare and contrast. Problem solution, and cause and effect. Those are our 5 text structures, okay? So today we're going to focus on, and I'm going to teach you what the structure of chronological looks like and what it is. So that's the structure that we're going to focus on today. Chronological, that's a long word. 13 letters to be precise. Look at this. Cool. Chronological. What does chronological mean? Simply time order. Authors and writers, when they're using this type of structure, you'll see dates or important times in order from start to finish. Or you may see some directions using step-by-step directions. So if you were going to read something that had important dates and times, this would be in chronological order. 2018, it would not be in chronological order. Look at that. Now it's in chronological order. 2018, 2019, 2020. Chronological. Chronological structure has signal words. Now, what are signal words? First, next, later, after, soon, during, can't see it, while, there we go, finally. So signal words signal the reader that, hey, the story's moving in time, or the directions are moving from the first direction to the second step to the third to the fourth. All of that time order, moving, that's what we're talking about. Moving in time. That's what chronological is. Okay? So let's take a look at what that looks like in text. All right. Let's look at this article and let's look at how it's structured. And structured means just how the author arranged the information. All right. So here's the article, M&Ms by Karen Smith and Carrie Moore. It's in 2 different sections. One section is how to make M&Ms, and those are step-by-step directions on how M&Ms are made. And then the next section is how they got started. So it tells us the history of M&Ms. This one, let's look at all of these words that I've highlighted. Those are our signal words that tell us that the story is moving in time, or that there is a certain order. Okay, so let's see the order of how M&Ms are made. First of all, let's learn how M&Ms are made. Chocolate is heated and poured into little round molds. I'm visualizing the little molds and pouring them in there. After they cool, the little round chocolates are put into a machine that goes round and tumbles like clothes tumbling in a dryer. This way, the chocolates harden and is ready for the next step. While, there's another one of those signal words, while they are tumbling, a sugar coating is added that coats the little round chocolates. When the tumbler stops, the sugar coating cools. After cooling, the tumbler begins again and more sugar coating is added, and the little round chocolates are cooled again. This happens lots of time. So they tumble and they cool, and they tumble and they cool, and more sugar is added each time. See, while, after, during. When the color sugar coating has cooled, the candy is put onto a large moving belt called a conveyor belt and dropped into little containers called bins. Finally, the different colors are each poured into brown paper sacks and sealed. After the paper sacks are sealed, they are taken to the stores for you to buy. And that, step by step, tells us how M&Ms are made. All right, let's look at this next section. How they got started. This is interesting. Wow, 70 years ago. I'm seeing lots of dates. Let's see if it's in chronological order. M&Ms got their start almost 70 years ago. Two men, Forrest Mars and Bruce Murray, started the company. The letters from their last names, M&M, were used to name the candy. I didn't know that. When the company started in 1941, M&Ms were sold only to the army for the men who were fighting in World War II. When the war was over in 1945, M&Ms were sold to everyone. The M&Ms saying or slogan is, M&Ms melt in your mouth, not in your hands. Look what else the author included in the article. The M&Ms timeline. A timeline is like taking a trip down the road. At each stop, we're going to learn something about M&Ms. And I can tell it's in chronological order because look at those dates. All right, let's see if we can tell the story of M&Ms with a timeline. In 1950, a black M was put on each candy. In 1954, the black M was changed to white. See the white ones? In 1982, M&Ms went into space with astronauts. James, I made this for you. In 1990, peanut butter M&Ms were made. All right, so our timeline's going this way. In 1995, blue was added to the colors. There's just a blue one. In 1997, the green M&Ms lady was introduced. Green M&Ms lady. And then in 2002, purple was voted as the new color. Wow, look at that. Black M, white M. Went to space, peanut butter M&M, blue M&M, green lady, purple. Well, that taught me a lot. All right, that's the end of the lesson. Ready to shoot your hoop? Ready? And I need a snack. Woo! Score! All right, bye guys.